Alright, time for another quick game vlog, another update for Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is update number 3, since I can't do the game footage and record it and stuff. I'm 25 hours into the game now. 25 hours. That's like, I mean, a linear story game would take, 15, 16 hours, something like that. And haven't even got to any of the main dungeons yet. And if you don't know Zelda games, which is unlikely if you're watching this video, but they're built around dungeons. Typically there's like 7 to 9 dungeons in the whole game that you have to beat before you get to the big boss at the end. And there's only 4 dungeons in Breath of the Wild. And they're supposed to be quite different than usual. So I'm intrigued. I'm hoping they're suitably epic and different and challenging. But at the same time, like I think I've already mentioned, going to all these shrines and earning the orbs and all that kind of stuff, which probably sounds like a different language to people who aren't playing the game right now, but they're like mini dungeons in themselves. Some of them are quite elaborate, so I think that makes up for it, hopefully. But I haven't got to any of the main dungeons yet because I actually didn't realise that I had to set my objective through the main menu, and I had it set to something else, so I didn't know where to go. So last night I spent quite a few hours just aimlessly wandering around hoping to find something, and I didn't really find anything, and I was getting a bit fed up with it, but I also had a really bad headache and was feeling tired, so I thought, oh, I guess the magic has run out. And then today I picked it up again, and I just had a renewed burst of energy. I just was like, yeah, this is amazing. Just all these little things you find, there's just so many great details. And there was this shrine that I had to get into, and it was covered with vines, like thorny vines. I couldn't get into it because it was affecting my health. If I touched it, it would take health off me. So I was trying to approach it from different angles. I found this tower nearby and tried to glide over onto it, but there wasn't enough lift. I was like, oh, what do I do? So I took a bit of wood that I had stored in my inventory, I put it on the ground, put a flint rock onto it, hit it with my sword, started a fire, the fire burned all the vines away, and then I went into the shrine, and it was this really complicated puzzle, and I was figuring it out and stuff, and I just felt like, I felt like I was on a quest and I was doing stuff, and it was really cool. And I did a lot of cooking today. You accumulate all these items and you can cook with them, and you can combine them, different bits of food for different kind of results. And I didn't realize how much I'd accumulated because I cooked for like 30 minutes and got all this stuff, all the things that will boost my stamina, things that will help me in hot climates, things that will help me in cold climates, things that will help me move more stealthily if I'm trying to like sneak past enemies. Things that just boost my health, like all this really cool stuff. And I'd underestimated the cooking system, I think. And so I was really like happy with that. I feel like I'm armed now to take on anything. And so I've just been going around collecting things and kind of just building up my inventory, all that kind of stuff. And just enjoying the game, being in the game. Like I've come across my first couple of villages, and they just feel so alive. I love the music, and the first village I arrived to, Kakariko Village, which is straight out of the Ocarina of Time, and I think there's even a Kakariko Village in Twilight Princess. I arrived at night, and it's a very Japanese themed village, and you got all these lanterns glowing, and the ambience of the sound effects, but the music that's playing is very Japanese themed. And I just loved it. I just wanted to walk around that village like forever. I love the feeling of it. Then there's this kind of I guess seaside cliff village, Hiteno village. I love that place as well. I love the characters, speaking to all the side missions. One thing I will say is that the side missions in this game feel a little lacking, because typically in a Zelda game, the side missions, you'll speak to a character and the character's like, oh yeah, I've got this problem, and you go and help them with the problem, and it can take you 5 minutes, it can take you an hour. And once you've solved that problem, they give you a heart container so that your health gets bigger. So it's really worth it. But in this game, you can only get heart containers by completing shrines, and you need to complete 4 shrines to get another heart container. So it's a bit more effort. But with the side quests in this game, what you get in return is like a bit of milk or a radish, which you can go down the shop and buy for like 10 rupees or something. So I love the side quests, and I get so into them that I'm about to go up to this mountain to do the main objective, and then I'll see someone on the side of the road who's like, can you help me out with this? I'm like, yeah, so I get going with it, and I spend like 45 minutes doing this thing, and they're like, oh, thank you so much, here's an apple. So that's kind of frustrating me that it's not, the side quests aren't really yielding as much as they used to. But the shrines are there to make up for that, and I'm trying to find more of them, but The game is just so massive. I've only really explored most of the southern part of the map. There's the whole northern part, and it's just, I mean, it's just littered with so many things to do, and I'm really just beefing up all of my stats and things like that, and that's what I'm trying to do before I go to one of the 4 main dungeons, which I think it takes quite a while just to get to the dungeon, so that's kind of a quest into itself. And I'm certainly getting hints along the way from people saying, hey, you should go there, there's a guy who's looking for you, so it's not holding my hand, but it's definitely pointing me in the right direction, and I'm just kind of weighing my options right now. 25 hours into the game. 25 hours into the game when I haven't started my first dungeon yet. I know it's a different kind of game, because again you have the open world aspect and playing it at your own pace, but I don't feel like that's been 25 hours wasted. I've been kind of learning things, and there's a couple of shrines where it was a combat mission where you got to take down one of these robots called Guardians, and it was so hard. I spent like 40 minutes last night just trying to kill this thing, and kind of learning tricks to kind of you know, strategy and stuff with the fight, and I finally did it, and I thought, oh my god, that was such an achievement. Went to the next shrine, and it was like an even stronger version of that, and I just thought, I'm done. I'm done for now. I'll come back to that later. And there's this whole beach area, this kind of like Polynesian themed kind of beach, like something out of Moana or something, to give you a recent movie reference, and like another little village. It didn't seem to really have much purpose than just to have a, you know, another culture there, another kind of gathering of people you can talk to and do little side quests, and this kind of tropical beach environment. Like, there's so many great things to do and to see in the game, so I'm still loving it. Again, minor niggles, but apart from that, easily already one of my favorite games I've ever played. Definitely cracks the top 10 so far, and I'll update you maybe when I get to like 40 hours or 50 hours, something like that, and keep these short little vlogs going. But I mean, there's so much I could talk about, but it's ridiculously addictive. And now Connie is hooked as well, and she's not a Zelda fan, and she's seen me playing it, and she's like, oh, I think I want to go, can I have a go at that? And now she's like, she wants to come home to play Zelda, so we're having to kind of juggle who plays it, you know, and kind of giving each other time to have a go on it. But that's really cool that she's getting really into it and kind of getting experience and stuff. She's about 5, 6, 7 hours into the game, something like that. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next update, and let me know if you're playing the game, you know, how your quest is going, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you, 'cause